All right, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to go and do a part two to my last video with the fasting. So there are a few things I didn't mention in that video. One being intermittent fasting, which is probably the most important one, and it's also the easiest one to start doing. So if you're trying to look at the benefits of fasting, but you don't really have the time to take 2 or 3 days to do a water fast or a juice fast, or you're just not at that point yet, that's okay. You can do intermittent fasting, which is really simple to do because most of the time you're sleeping through those hours anyway. So what I typically do is I'll stop eating my last meal around 6 p.m., 6:30, and I won't have another meal again until about 11 a.m. The next day. This is what I typically do on a daily basis. So I'm intermittent fasting daily, but you could do this a couple times a week. You could do it every day if you wanted to also, but if you start doing this a couple times a week, just doing this a couple times a week, you're going to notice huge differences. And this will also help you transition into longer fasting periods, where if you wanted to do juice water fast or a dry fast, this is a good way to start, and which is the way I would recommend starting anyway. So yeah, try to have your last meal, even if you eat later, if you eat around 7 or 8, try not to eat again the next day until 9 or 10. The longer you can go, the benefits just keep getting better the longer you go. So you can do 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours. And this will help you work up into 24 hours, 48 hours, 72-hour fasts, which I'm telling you guys, when you start doing them, you're gonna wish you would have been doing it your whole life. Because another benefit of doing this is you get sometimes what they call a fasting flu, which is basically a flu or a cold that you're just basically bringing on naturally. When you notice when you get sick, many times your body kills your appetite. You don't want to eat. There's a reason for that. It's because, again, the digestive process takes a huge amount of energy. Your body is trying to stop that so that it can repair and heal. So if you just fast a couple times a year, you won't get sick. You're not, because getting sick is just detox symptoms. Your body is telling you, hey, there's stuff in here that I got to get out. I've got to eliminate something. And that's what happens when you get sick. So by fasting, if you do this a couple times a year, you won't get sick. You might feel a little crappy when you're fasting, especially the first couple of times you do it. But the more you do it, the symptoms will be very, very minor, and you're going to feel a lot better. And you're also going to be purging those toxins out of your body, without waiting until you get to a point where your body's like, all right, I got to shut down. We got to be sick. You got to be bedridden now for a week to recover. You don't need to do that if you do these things naturally. Plus, if you clean up your diet, that's really the number one issue most people have is what you're ingesting. And it's, if you clean up your diet and you go to at least whole foods, you're going to be so much better off. These processed foods, they are just laden with chemicals, preservatives, dyes. Just the amount of things. Just look at the ingredients in most of the products in the grocery store, and there shouldn't be 100 ingredients in something. You could even look at something as simple as orange juice. Most of these pasteurized orange juices have multiple ingredients. What else could be in orange juice other than oranges? That's all that should be in there. Or it's pasteurized, which means they cook the hell out of it and they kill all the enzymes in there that your body actually needs. You don't squeeze an orange and then boil it before you drink it or eat it, do you? You just eat it. You peel it and eat it. That's natural whole foods. We have to get back to that as much as possible. Intermittent fasting is a great way to transition into fasting, and if you do it daily, you don't even really need to do extended fasts. But it's still a good idea once you get going to keep your body optimum. and you'll see that and you'll feel that. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of hit on intermittent fasting because it is a very good way to keep yourself just running on all eight, man. It's well, actually these days it should be 4 or less for these gas prices, but just keep yourself, be health conscious every day. Put your health first above everything else, because without it you can't do anything, and you're going to feel miserable. Most people think they're healthy until they go on these journeys, until they start to fast, and so they start to detox and clean up their diet. You don't know what healthy feels like, because I thought I was healthy most of my life. I thought, yeah, I'm a relatively healthy person. I exercise a lot. I run all the time. I surf. I do this. I wasn't eating healthy. And if you're eating the SAD diet, the standard American diet, you really need to get away from that as much as possible. That you numb your body down to a point where you think you're doing okay, but then you need all these stimulants all the time. The coffee, the caffeine, the energy drinks, these things that everyone's so lacking in energy because they're eating dead food. If you eat living food, which contains the living enzymes, the living minerals, the living water that you need, that your body is trying to make anyway, I can't even put it into words, but you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel fantastic. So anyway, guys, put the health first. Think about that on every choice you make on a daily basis. Think about, is it good for you or not? And if you just start to be conscious of these things, you're going to feel so much better. So anyway, have a great rest of your week, and I hope you're all doing well. Take care.